Today we're going to talk about the race series, and I just wanted to welcome you all and welcome to those who are coming in afterwards and listening online. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I wanted to welcome any of our race series committee if they're here today: Greg Lamb, Kelly Moore, Carolyn Lee, and Christian Morrow and they're all from across Canada. So I just wanted to say hello to them. And I also wanted to thank Liam Dolomont, who is our Dragonboat Canada summer student, who helped us put the agenda and the slides together. And I also would like to thank the past festival directors from Dragonboat Canada who are getting this going, and we're going to mightily rush forward and take the race series to all of Canada. Next slide, please, Chloe. So what is the race series events? These are previously known as qualifying events. It's a Dragonboat Canada member event where the festival is aligned to key rules and safety regulations. As we know, events are required for our athletes to be part of the process to qualify for the Club Crew World Championships race-offs at the Canadian Dragonboat Championships. And we also would like to have a series of ranked events with points assigned to crews for participation and for competing well, and their points will go to a leaderboard for the top 5 attending crews in each category. What's the purpose? We really want to increase engagement of crews from across the country, provide enhanced race opportunities for paddlers across Canada. We want to foster our sport. We want to improve, innovate, and engage. We really want to create a family of festivals with an enhanced experience. As we know, Canada has the world's largest national team program and is one of its most successful. And with their club crews, they need quality events to paddle. The race series connects crews, festivals, and age categories from coast to coast, is free to the crews to participate, well, except for their entry fee into your festival, and will generate rivalries, improved racing conditions, and improved officiating. The benefits to you of being a race series event is to boost regional attendance by attracting top teams seeking qualification. One of the other things that we also allow is for DBC members, they will have access to the BFL insurance rates. So this is, from what I understand, a fairly great discount if you become a member of Dragonboat Canada. It also gives you access to festival promotion via the Dragonboat Canada. So this allows teams from across Canada or throughout the world, because I have been asked in Australia, where do I find all of the great paddling places in Canada? It gives one-stop shopping to crews that are looking for places to go. And if you don't have that all in one place, how will they ever find you? We will be adding the 2022 events for planning for crews for the next year to our calendar, because we know that several of our current, in the short term here, several festivals have been canceled. We will provide on-site Dragonboat Canada presence and support. And also, it's all about becoming a part of the exciting point-based series. And this is how the crews within Canada can compete against each other without actually being in the same regatta. And it's all about performance and participation. We really want to increase the communication between festivals across the country. We can provide a feedback loop, especially through Chloe and the board, and improve participant experience. So we want to talk a little bit about why we chose a point-based system for our leaderboard, because not all the water is the same all across Canada. It varies from venue to venue, from tidal to depth to wind to what length, whatever. Because not all water is the same at each venue, timed results are really less effective when measuring performance. So we are awarding points instead to give a more accurate representation. And this allows accessibility to festivals across the country with minimal requirements. We want this to be timely, simple, and accessible. We strive to have several member festivals in all areas of Canada for minimal crew travel. What's the role and responsibility to you as a festival? First, to become a Dragonboat member, that's $200, and offer at least one sanctioned race distance, 200 meters, 500 meters, 2,000 meters. Communicate to festival participants that as a race series event, you will support the process of crew list verification, which is very important for qualifications, and follow the Dragonboat rules of racing and safety guidelines. Provide volunteer support to a Dragonboat Canada representative on the site, on your site, and submit results for the leaderboard. We also really want you to keep the spirit of your own festival. We know as paddlers, there's a different spirit, a different aura, a different wonder for every festival that is across Canada. And we really want you to be able to keep that spirit, but also provide a safe and a consistent racing. You'll be providing opportunities for member crews to race together, promoting crew consistency. And what would we do for you? Well, we'll promote the member festivals, obviously, on the website and social media. So it's like I said, a one-stop shopping. Provide on-site Dragonboat Canada representation who will oversee the crew list verification, confirm boat composition rules, and liaise with the athletes seeking qualification. We will also provide the leaderboard stats for the crew point rankings. We will post any of your promotional material through our social media. So just provide it to us and we will get it out there. So now we'd just like to have a couple of festival folks have a chat. Is Diane Randall online? Oh, she says she's on.
Diane, you just need to unmute yourself. Thank you for joining us. There's a little mic on your toolbar. Just click on that.
I think Teams is new to Diane.
Yep. So either, depending on what kind of device you're using, it's either at the top or the bottom, and there's a little microphone icon. There, you got it. You got it.
Got it. Okay. So thank you so much for inviting me and to talk about the Dragonboat Festival that we Rotary hosts in Lethbridge. It started out in 2002. We're just in a point of celebrating our 20th anniversary. A very exciting time. It started with 3 breast cancer survivors who said, we can start dragon boating in Lethbridge, but how are we going to go about doing that? And with a Voyager canoe is how we started and did our first festival in Calgary. And from that, there was a few people, Karen included, said, if Calgary can do it, well, Lethbridge can certainly put on a festival. And so we did. And our first one was in 2002. We had 17 crews, great support from Calgary to get it going. 17 crews, and we are now upwards of 65 teams on an annual basis. And the festival just continues to grow and become even more successful. Very disappointing that we had to cancel again this year. But as you know, Lethbridge is sort of the hot spot for COVID at the moment. And that's been very unfortunate for the sport. We look at our attendance over the weekend, and we see upwards of 10 to 15 to 20,000 people who attend, depending on the weather. Incredible crews that come from all over Western Canada, Northern United States, and absolutely thrilled to be able to host. What we receive back from our festival is the level of the festival as well as the races, and so it's a wonderful combination, and it definitely supports each other. It goes right from a music festival right through to vendors, through to activities for a children's festival, and it's just really significant. But the level of volunteerism from our community definitely supports the success of the festival. We find that that's the feedback we receive from our visiting teams. That's the feedback we receive from the community, and it's extremely well organized. And we are told that the venue is excellent due to the visibility and the ability to view the races as well. So other than that, we are continuing now to plan for 2022. Very excited. We've just had a new strategic plan that is developing a new vision. And we anticipate being one of the signature festivals in Western Canada, and know that every year will be an improvement from the previous year. So certainly open to any comments, any questions.
Yes. Diane, I just wanted to add, we started training our coaches and officials probably through Dragonboat Canada in about 2008, and that's when we really saw the jump in the number of crews. We have been up to 70 here in Lethbridge. And one of the other things I wanted to mention, that because our festival is so well run, our signature sponsor, ATB Financial,
I say that.
has always come back fairly substantially, just because our festival is so well run. So I really wanted to mention that a well run festival brings your sponsors back each year. Diane, did you want to add?
No, we're thrilled. Even through the having to cancel both last year and this year, ATB is already committed. Our signature sponsor, they've already committed for upcoming years. So very fortunate with that, to have that level of sponsorship, and very, very fortunate.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Diane.
thank you.
Any other questions for Diane? Hi, Carol, would you like to let us in on your festival, please?
Sure. We have been running an all-women's festival here in, well, the GTA. We originally were out of Outer Harbor, a very small festival. And then as we grew, we moved up to Heart Lake and Brampton. So I was about to look up, I believe this year would have been our 14th year. So being an all-women's festival, we just have a really nice vibe. That's what people kind of rave about. Also, how well-run we are, but especially the attending crews just always rave about what a great, relaxed, fun environment. We have a whole mix, the whole gamut, from very recreational crews to fully competitive, and the rec crews often have not done a 2K, and we offer all 3 distances. And it's just phenomenal for us to encourage the rec crews who are a little bit reluctant to actually do the 2K. We encourage them because it's really a no pressure environment. It's the perfect place for them to try it out. And almost every time they come off the water, just saying that was their favorite race of the day. So that's a bit of the feel of it. As far as being part of the race series, many things that have already been said. The promotion on the website, shoot, I've lost my place here. That encourages the competitive teams to attend. So as I said, we've got the gamut from rec to competitive, but that is a real draw, especially because we're an early season festival. And so if the nationals or club crews are early on, then it's beneficial to do it as a race series. The exemption on life jackets is really great that we can promote for those that do it. Having DBC staff on site, and the biggest thing for us on this issue is, or on this benefit, is that we have had issues in the past prior to this where any qualifying crew needed to have a female steersperson, and we would have some of our highest competitive teams trying to make a case for using a male steersperson, and it became a little bit challenging at times. So this takes all the debate out of it entirely, and the DBC staff are on site to help back us up on that. So that's been a terrific help for us too.
Thank you very much. What month is what is usually the date of your festival, Carol?
Usually it's the last Sunday in May. So, of course, we canceled last year, and this year we are looking at something toward the end of September, but having some difficulty pinning down all the availabilities of the venue, and that we're not competing with something else that's now shifted to late September. So it's still to be determined what date we'll use. But then we will go back in 2022, as long as everything is good, we'll be back at our usual late May time.
Great, thank you. I'll have to look at bringing out our senior B team. That'll be awesome.
Oh, you would love it.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Thank you. Any questions for Carol, anybody? Great. Thank you to you both for giving us your experiences. It's always great for us to have a little bit of a testimonial from the folks out there that are using Dragonboat Canada as their base for their festivals. Thank you. So for how to join, it's pretty easy. There's an online form for you to find, and we can email that to you. And if you're interested, our email addresses are at the bottom here for either Chloe or I. You can contact either of us. I think Chloe will probably add the link to the website as well. Just to note that for 2021, because we realized that like typically your membership fee would have been paid right at the beginning of the year because you know that your festival is probably going ahead. So this year we've decided that just once your event is fairly good to go in a minimum of 4 weeks, that we'd like you to actually register at the membership portal. Although if you are applying for insurance, you do need to have the membership done prior to that. We plan to foster solid events through development of best practice sharing and building resources for planning. Stay tuned for webinars from all aspects of Dragonboat Canada. We've been putting out quite a fair number. They've been really enjoyable. And it's all short and sweet and lots of good learning. So thank you all for coming today. Chloe, do you have anything to add, or should we take some questions?
Yeah, I think we could take some questions if anybody has any. But first of all, I'd just like to thank everybody for attending. We ended up with a great number of folks that have joined on the call. And as Karen mentioned, we will be posting the webinar online so that if anybody missed it and they're interested in getting some more information, it will be available. Anyone have any questions?
I do. Brian from Port Moody. Our regatta is called Inlet Spring Regatta. We were going into our third year, so we're a rather new one, and we're the first off. We start on April the 23rd, coming in 2022, if it works for us. So we're an early starter. We're a small regatta. We only have 44 teams out on the water at Burrard Inlet, but this is more technical for safety. With coming off COVID, we're a seniors team. I can see a lot of my team members being so gung-ho to be out in the water and doing stuff their body isn't really quite ready for, and or having coaches who haven't really taken into consideration the physical stamina of some people. So what I'm trying to do right now, and what I've already got a grant for, is to buy a waterproof defibrillator. I know it sounds morose, but we always take a coach boat out. We never go without a coach boat. And so we've been shown that it can be run in a coach boat, so we can use a defibrillator. Does anyone have already in their possession a defibrillator that they take out on the races? And if so, what mechanism do you use to make sure it's available?
I can answer that question. I can tell you that there are many of the larger festivals. The smaller ones tends to be a bit more patchy and depends on municipal requirements. But there are a large number of festivals and clubs carry defibrillators on their coach boats, and they have been used successfully.
Okay, so with that in place, so the coach boat operator has to be trained to use it, correct?
Ideally, I mean, the instructions are there, but you probably wouldn't want somebody to be reading the instructions. Just to let you know that a requirement for certification, if you are a coach or a steers person that is certified with Dragonboat Canada, it is a requirement that you have a first aid certificate, and that would mean that you would have the training to be able to use the defibrillator.
Okay, that's good. That's good information. Thank you. That's my question. I will now mute myself.
Any other questions? Okay. I will let you know, just in case any of you haven't noticed, we will, Dragonboat Canada is offering next week a webinar on creating race progressions. If anybody's feeling like they would need a little bit of help with that, our top guy, Andrew Milner, who is an IDBF official and one of our chief officials for Dragonboat Canada, is going to be doing a session solely on creating race progressions. So if you, as a festival, have any interest in that, you can send me an email and we will get you signed up for that, and I can send you the link. We do have somebody with their hand up. Eric, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Yep. Hi. Hi, Chloe. Thank you. Just pertinent to the last fellow from Port Moody, and in reference to sort of I guess the 4-week window or whatever the established window is for publishing races in 2021. With respect to people's general cardio health and the sort of, I guess, the template of 200, 500, 2000. You know, we exercise the right at FGPC to calibrate the race distances uniquely this year based on people's general ambient health. So, for example, we may not run what's a scheduled 2K championship in September. We may modify that based on the number of weeks of training time, if any, that paddlers may have had for that particular event. So I think that needs to be a bit of an ongoing discussion in terms of the onboard health of Canadians who may have only been able to train for, say, 4 weeks prior to an event. And that may have a bearing on whether we cancel an event, not because we can't run it, but because the onboard health isn't there yet. So we may shift 200 meters, we may shift the format altogether based on the general community health of the Dragonboat community at that time.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Does anybody else have any questions? Well, that's easy. Karen, would you like to close this out?
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I truly appreciate your support and look forward to meeting you at your festival sometime soon. Looking forward to traveling again and getting back on the water. We have been here in Lethbridge on the water with 4 in a boat. We're lucky enough to have water that allows us to do that. So we're just waiting to, I think we're going into what they're calling stage 3 and hoping there's a turnaround so that that we can get back on the water earlier this year than we did last year. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Yep. Please stay tuned for all of the webinars that have been coming up. I know there's an officials brown bag coming up as well fairly soon, might even be next week. And looking forward to lots more information coming out from us in the next couple of months. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Karen, for putting this together.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you.